Well, here's what we're trying today. This is something I don't know if I'm looking forward to this or not. I'm not a kid again. And this is kids' food, I think. I don't know. You tell me. If I remember right, I used to like this when I was a kid. I don't know how healthy I was because of this healthy kids entree. But hey, I'm going to take them at their word, healthy kids entree. So, and like I do in a lot of these, we're going to be comparing the brand name of this spaghetti stuff or pasta stuff with the generic. Well, generic. This is the Walmart brand, again, of a product, the Great Value brand. And I guess the reason I keep doing these is because they're readily available. When I was a kid, or when I used to eat these, this used to be made by a company called Franco-American, but I did not like them plain, or I did not like them without the meatballs. So I tried to get as equal as possible. So we're going to try these with the meatballs, and of course these with the meatballs. So like we always do, let's open them up and take a look. First, we're going to start out with the SpaghettiOs. And that looks like SpaghettiOs. All right, let's try the Walmart brand here. And that looks like SpaghettiOs, but thicker. A thicker version of SpaghettiOs. Yeah, this one's thicker. And I can see meatballs floating around the top. I don't know if that's how they manufacture it. They just throw all the meatballs on top, or they all just settled here. I don't know. But this looks thinner, so I could assume that the meatballs had settled to the bottom. With such, since this is thicker, it looks like everything's kind of stayed together. All right. I mean, they don't look too bad. The color is nice. I mean, on camera, I'm seeing this, and it's a really nice, rich color. So that's not so bad. So I'm going to smell the SpaghettiOs and see how this smells. It doesn't smell bad. It smells like SpaghettiOs. It smells like really how I remember it. You know, this might be good. I think SpaghettiOs is one of those foods, either you love it or you hate it. This one here, it looks similar, but it looks completely different. I don't know whether it's really trying to compete directly with SpaghettiOs or not, but let's smell the Walmart Great Value brand. And it too smells good. It smells different. This smells more meaty. I can smell the meat a lot more, and it very well could be because the meat is at the top here. This one has a tangier smell, but this one smells more like meat, but neither of them smell gross or anything like that. So yeah, I'm curious to try these. I'm feeling a little less timid now from just smelling this. So I'm going to heat these up, and then we'll give them the old taste test. We'll start off with the SpaghettiOs. Let's see how much of that pours in there. And that seems to be pretty thin. And I see the meatballs now. And that all pretty much came out of there without having to use a scraper. Looks all right. It does. It's not as soupy as I thought it was going to be. It's not as soupy as I remember it. All right, let's pour in the Walmart brand, the Great Value. Definitely thicker, but that too just came out pretty easy. No real need to scrape. All right, here we are. Got them both heated up, and as usual, the name brand is in the bigger pan, and the Challenger, the Walmart Great Value brand, is in the smaller pan on the right. So initially, I can see that the SpaghettiOs are definitely a soupier recipe. But as I was heating these up, it seemed like it, I can't say for certain, it seemed like there were more meatballs in the SpaghettiOs than there are in the Great Value brand, which really isn't a surprise because the meat would be the most expensive ingredient. But even here on camera right now, there's certainly a lot more meatballs in here. So speaking of meatballs, let's start with that first. Let's try a meatball from the SpaghettiOs. So let's try a meatball. Let's see how that tastes. It's kind of sweet, not overly sweet, but I do remember the SpaghettiOs being a sweet recipe. So if you don't like a sweet food, you're not going to like this. That was good. It's about how I remember it. Nothing really to write home about, but it's good. So now, let's try a meatball from the Great Value brand. There we go. No, so here's the Great Value brand, and this looks more like an extruded cylindrical shape meat thing. So we'll call it a meatball just for the sake of doing so. Yeah, it says on the can meatball, so we'll call it a meatball instead of a meat cylinder. So it does seem to be a little bit smaller than the SpaghettiOs, so let's try the Walmart brand spaghetti rings pasta with meatballs. So let's try the meatball from the Walmart brand. Definitely it tastes more meaty. So from these two, right now, I'm going to say the Walmart brand meatball does taste better. It tastes more like meat. This, I don't know. I mean, it definitely has a meat type flavor, but I can tell there's a lot of filler. It is not a bad taste, but the Walmart brand definitely tastes more like meat. Unfortunately, there are fewer meatballs, and they are smaller in the Walmart brand. So now we'll try just the SpaghettiOs without any meat in there. So let's taste this and see how it is. It's good. I like it. Yeah, this is good. But like I say, it's one of those things, either you love it or you hate it. So let's try the Walmart brand. I'm just going to get a scoop of the pasta here in the Walmart brand and see how that is. It's good too. Not as much flavor. Well, when I say not as much flavor, it's definitely not as sweet as the SpaghettiOs. And it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit lacking in flavor. I mean, the SpaghettiOs is going to be tangier, you know, thus the sweet taste to it. The Walmart brand is still good. And side by side, they're very, very similar. But the spaghetti itself, I guess it's actually the sauce I'm tasting because there's not a lot of taste in pasta. So the sauce just doesn't have as much tang to it, but that might not be a bad thing because it's less sweet. So if you don't like a sweet spaghetti like the SpaghettiOs are, this might be more up your alley. So let's take some with the meat. So we're going to get a meatball and some pasta. Let's try that all together. It's good. With all that, with eating that together, it doesn't taste exactly how I remember it. I remember it having more of a cheesy taste to it when I was a kid. And I'm not getting that cheesy taste like I used to. I mean, there was just a hint of cheese flavor to the SpaghettiOs of the old days. And this tastes like there's something a little bit different in it. I'm not sure what it is. It's not bad, but it's not exactly the same. Some spice or something. Maybe like a slight oregano kind of taste to it. Just very, very slightly, and less of the cheese taste to it. So let's try the Walmart brand a meatball with some pasta. We'll try this all together and see how this is. This really surprises me. The Walmart brand is the winner. This is sweet. Not bad sweet, but kind of overly sweet for what it is. And certainly less of a meat flavor. If you like pasta with meat, even though there's less meat in it, it seems like I'm getting more of a meat flavor from the sauce. So the winner is the Walmart brand spaghetti rings pasta with meatballs. I'm surprised to say that, but this one to me definitely tastes better than the SpaghettiOs with meatballs. And in seeing how I think this was about half the price, this is definitely a win. For an adult, I think this is going to taste better. Possibly for a kid, this might taste better. I don't know. Try this on the kids and see what they think, because you're going to save about half as much money serving this as you would to this. So I hope there was some useful information here, and thanks a lot for joining me. And let me know what you think about this in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.